Hello, welcome to La Taberna de Miguel. I've been asked to give you a very fast kind of flash video about the difference between ser and estar in Spanish. Well, the main thing that we have to remember is that verbo ser, you are going to use it for essential qualities. That's the main thing, essential qualities. And verbo estar, you're going to use it mainly for state or conditions. Condition. Like essential quality for verbo ser and state or condition for verbo estar. Let's see what that means. Essential qualities. Well, when you're talking about the characteristics of someone or something, for example, the house is big, la casa es grande. That's a quality of that house, a characteristic of that house, therefore verbo ser. Also, a person. Somebody is tall. Michael Jordan is tall. Michael Jordan es alto. Es alto. Maybe a characteristic that is being very positive, such as being very nice. María es muy simpática. Verbo ser. Or she is very clever. María es muy inteligente. Or maybe we had a person that whose characteristic is that is a bit, a bit idiot. There are many out there, especially in politics. So we can have, for example, imagine the politician that you don't like, and then you are going to say that he is an idiot. So therefore, beep, that was the name of the politician, es idiota, es estúpido, or feminine, of course. Idiota, estúpida. Well, those are verbo ser, essential qualities. And verbo estar, I have here, I'm old, so since I'm old, I have to write some things here that I remember what I'm talking about. Even though this, of course, this subject of verbo ser and estar is probably one of the first things, that will be the fourth or fifth lesson when you start a Spanish course. So this is a class or a video that is intended for you who are beginning studying Spanish, or you want to remember the things that you learned when you were starting studying Spanish about the difference between ser and estar. And estar, estar you use it for a state of or condition. State. For example, I'm tired. Estoy cansado. Estoy cansado. Or also, that's also a condition there. Estoy enfermo, I'm sick. Also, and very important, in verbo estar, besides this state or condition, it could be where something is placed, geographical or physical location. For example, Madrid está en España. Barcelona está en Cataluña. Cataluña está en España. El ratón, that is the mouse, está sobre la mesa. Estar, being somewhere, place. And physical location, geographical location. Okay? Now, sometimes when we want to approach difference between ser and estar, it's probably better, and this is a recommendation, that you remember when to use estar, because there are less cases or more clear cases, and the rest is verbo ser. So I'm going to write here 4 cases for verbo estar. There is written. I'm going to read what is written here. Is written for state or condition. 1. Second, geographical or physical location. 3. For many idiomatic expressions. And here you have an example of 2 written. And for progressive tenses, estar verb plus gerundio, progressive tenses. Here you have also a couple of examples. But besides that, the rest of the cases are verbo ser. So, and the most important, that we see the 2 key ones of verbo estar are geographical or physical location, and of course, state or conditions. Those are the ones. And for both of them, here you have a couple of sentences. Good. Now, verbo ser is now the rest of the cases. First of all was these essential qualities. You remember that? That was the main one when we talk about Michael Jordan. Or for example, we can talk about Prince, that is an artist that I like. I can say that Prince es un guitarrista excepcional. Oh, well, he was, but I'm using the present tense. You use verbo ser, very important for those essential qualities, characteristic, and also in situations such as when you are saying, for example, your nationality. Soy venezolano, like me. Soy finlandés, that's also me, I'm also from Finland as well, I have both nationalities. Soy peruano, soy argentina, ser. Carlos es francés, he's French, nationality. Also, your occupation, what you do for a living. You're a teacher, a student. Soy estudiante, es profesor, or he or she is profesor or profesora. Also, when you're stating the hour, when you say what time it is, for that, ¿qué hora es? That's the question. You use verbo ser as well. Also for the day, es lunes, es martes, es Monday, es Tuesday, and also for the date, that also, as this example you can see here about the date. What else? Well, also the relationship with one person to another. For example, is my mother, is my father, es mi padre, es mi madre, es mi hermano, es mi novia, a girlfriend, or novio. That is also verbo ser. Also, probably this is not that relevant, but if you want to say your political points of views or what is your political affiliation, well, you can say soy republicano, María es demócrata, for example, or religions. If you want to say, well, you can say that for example, Rosario es cristiana y Mohammed is Musulman, just to put two typical names and example of these two religions. Also, possession is mine, is your, es mío, es tuyo. That also is verbo ser. And what else? Well, that will be probably the... well, also one that sometimes is confused is where something happens, something is taking place. For example, el concierto de Rosalía es en Miami. Es en Miami. The concert of Rosalía is in Miami and a place in Miami. Okay? Or, for example, el concierto de Dua Lipa es en la casa de Finlandia, Finlandia Taló, en Helsinki. Is where an event, something happens, something takes place. That is also verbo ser. But I repeat that the main thing to know the difference is that you are aware when you use verbo estar, that I'm going to repeat it here again, you can see it, state or conditions and geographical or physical location, those are the main ones, and also progressive tenses and many idiomatic expressions, and the rest is verbo ser. Just with that is what you need to know. And by the way, do you want to conjugate with me verbo ser and verbo estar in presence? You do. So let's conjugate it. Verbo ser. Soy, eres, es, somos, sois, son. And verbo estar. Estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. And one thing that I know that you also want to know because I've been asked is about the difference between the Spanish from Spain and Spanish from Latin America, in particular when using verbs, when conjugated verbs. Well, we will see that in a further video, but at this point I want to remind you something about the second person in plural when it comes to the pronouns in Spanish, and therefore how the verb is conjugated. Now I'm going to conjugate. You're going to see both here compare. Here you have the one that is the verbo ser as in typical European Spanish. And here you have verbo ser in what we would say our American, also in Canadian islands, it's also like that, use verbo ser. Look at the difference. Now in Latin America, soy, eres, es, somos, son. The last two persons are the same because while in Spain they use as a second person in plural vosotros and vosotras, in Latin America we mainly use ustedes. And when we could conjugate ustedes, that is actually the polite form in plural, but it's the one we use, is the same as in third person. And think about how will be verbo estar then in Latin America. In general, as always, in Latin America. How would be? Now let's compare. Here you have the one from Spain, as you see. Estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están, estáis here. And how it is in Latin America? Exactly. The second and the third person in plural are the same. So it goes like this. Estoy, estás, está, estamos, están, están. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much for watching this short video. And remember to subscribe to this channel. In this channel, there are many videos that, as you realize, they are in Spanish and in Finnish, but also there are many in English. For example, I recommend you this about Finland, about some objects that you find in every Finnish home. And I will make definitely many videos in English, in particular related to Finland and related to the Finnish and Finnish culture and to Latin America and, of course, Spanish language. Muchas gracias. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.